Rose was born in 1895, making her 17 years old when she boarded the Titanic and 17 as she spent the night of April 14, 1912. Her book, The Diary of Rose Dawson, reveals some of her personal thoughts at the time, including that she was excited to be making the voyage. Rose was an incredibly brave young woman who faced tragedy with part of her life still ahead of her. She was young enough to look forward to a long and adventurous life full of possibilities. On the evening of April 14th, Rose was only 17 years old when Titanic struck an iceberg and the ocean overtook the grand ship. She, as did many of the passengers that night, was subject to the blindly overwhelming force of the cruel sea. Rose clung to life as another wave brought yet more debris to the pile where the hull had just broken apart. Many of the passengers that night were younger than her, and Rose thought of them in her final moments. Even in death, Rose was a mother figure and must have reflected strongly on the decisions she made in her short life. She was miraculously able to find a piece of wood to cling to all night and buoyed above the waves for most of the night. At the time of her death, Rose was about to turn 18, still much too young to experience such an event. Rose was in the peak of her life when she embarked on Titanic, months away from her 18th birthday. She was surrounded by people of many different ages and backgrounds, a unique experience for a girl her age. It was common for the age group of 17 to 19 to board the ship, as they had the most enthusiasm for the grand voyage ahead. Rose was no exception and eagerly explored the different levels that the Titanic had to offer. Even as the Titanic was sinking, Rose mustered up enough strength to stay afloat and try to find help. In the end, her age of 17 did not matter. The icy waters swallowed her up like any other life on board the ship. Her age was a symbol of hope and courage, since she was not engulfed by despair and was willing to fight for her life. Rose was determined to find a way out, but sadly, the sea proved too powerful to overcome. She was one of the younger passengers to die that night, something that still sends chills down our spines to this day. Rose was a teenage girl who loved life and sought adventure, and against all odds managed to survive. On April 15, 1912, the morning Rose died, she was 17 years, 7 months, and 9 days old. It is a shame that so many children like Rose had to lose their lives to such a tragedy. Before setting sail, Rose described herself in her diary as a young and headstrong girl, perfectly oblivious to what the future held. However, she was likely more mature than many of her age at the time, since she had already experienced much tragedy and sorrow in her life.